All right, let's talk about advertising. I mean, for an industry that's supposed to be built on these huge, groundbreaking ideas, it can feel, well, pretty small and cynical a lot of the time. Today, we're diving into a kind of manifesto for bringing some of that courage back to creativity. And this is the idea at the absolute heart of it all. Advertising doesn't save lives, but it does shape them. It's a statement that just cuts right through all the self-doubt you hear in the industry and really sets the stage for a much, much bigger conversation. And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? If advertising has this incredible power to shape culture and drive our economy, why does the industry itself sometimes seem almost embarrassed by its own influence? Let's get into that. So, this brings us right to the core of the problem, what you could call a crisis of courage. And it often starts with one single, seemingly harmless phrase. You know the one. We've all heard it, we've probably all said it. And look, it's meant to take the pressure off, to put things in perspective, but it can also be a really dangerous excuse, a get out of jail free card for playing it safe, for delivering work that's just meh, and for telling the next generation of talent that what they're doing isn't really that important. But here's the reality. The impact is absolutely immense. Advertising is a massive economic engine. It creates culture, it creates jobs, and it sparks conversations. When it's done right, it makes us feel something. So to just dismiss that power is to fundamentally misunderstand its role in our world. Okay, so if we accept that advertising really truly matters, how do we protect its potential and actually make it great? Well, that brings us to our first big principle: putting data in its proper place. This slide just nails the distinction perfectly. Data is a rearview mirror. It tells you exactly where you've been. It's amazing for optimizing things, but it's terrible for inventing something new. To create something that's never been seen before, you have to look forward, and that always requires a leap of faith. I mean, this is the perfect illustration of that clash. On one side, you have data telling you the safe, predictable path, and on the other, you have liquid death. By every conventional metric, by every focus group, it should not work. But courage, not a spreadsheet, saw a chance to build a cultural phenomenon. And it's not a one-off thing. We saw the exact same thing with Dove. They chose to follow a powerful human insight instead of just listening to traditional market research. They told women they're beautiful just as they are. That idea was born from real conviction, and it literally changed the industry. Let's move on to our second principle, which really builds on this: the absolute necessity of being original. This isn't about chasing the next trend. It's about creating something totally new. Now, this quote from the social media manager at Nutter Butter, it might sound completely absurd at first, but just think about it. In a world with an infinite fire hose of content, making sense is basically another word for being invisible. The logical stuff just blends in. It's the unexpected that actually breaks through. Think about it. The best, most game-changing ideas usually sound a little bit crazy at first. A perfect case study is the iconic Old Spice campaign, "The Man Your Man Could Smell Like." I mean, on paper, it was bizarre. In reality, it was absolute genius. So what was their formula? They didn't just bend the rules of men's grooming ads. They completely shattered them. They fully embraced the surreal and the unexplained. And by doing that, they turned a brand many people thought of as their grandpa's aftershave into a genuine cultural touchstone. This leads us to our third and, maybe the most important principle of all, because truly great ideas don't come from algorithms or analytics. They come from people. They come from the heart. We have to completely rethink what a brand even is. It's not a math problem. It is not a set of metrics you can solve on a spreadsheet. It's a connection, a relationship with actual human beings. And you just can't build a real relationship with cold calculation. And what that means is you can't create work that moves people if the people making it aren't moved themselves. Great advertising requires true believers, teams who are passionate and see their work as a craft, not just another assignment to check off a list. Because here's what happens when we let the skeptics lead, when we start chasing metrics instead of meaning. The whole industry suffers. We get safe, forgettable work that doesn't make an impact on the business or on the culture. So, how do we wrap all of this up? Well, it all comes down to a final, powerful call to action. Here it is, the ultimate takeaway. Stop obsessing over the quarterly report for a second and just focus on the work itself, because when the creative is truly undeniably great, everything else just falls into place. It's the first domino that knocks over business results, talent, and cultural relevance. And just think about the timeline here. Chasing short-term gains might win you a quarter, but a single great, courageous idea can build a brand that lasts for decades. The work isn't an expense. It's the only investment that truly compounds over time. Let's be crystal clear about this. The current path of playing it safe and being cynical, it's a dead end. The way forward isn't through more optimization. It's through imagination. It's going to be one big, brave, meaningful idea at a time. This is the mantra. It's such a simple but profound shift in mindset. Approach every brief, every idea, every execution with the belief that what you are doing actually has the power to shape things. Because you know what? It does. And that's the question I want to leave you with. In a world that is just drowning in noise, what are you going to choose to create? Something that just fills a slot and disappears, or something that actually matters? The choice and the opportunity is all yours.